your needs. The Hemp House, 4 locations to serve you, or online at hemphousechat.com.
So as we head into 2026, I'm sure that you have somewhere on your list of things to do, getting your finances in stronger order for the new year. Jay and Brittany Hagy with Allon Planning Partners are back on the show, and I saw you in my peripheral vision nodding your head.
Yes, that's right. We all want to make sure we're staying on track and getting on track to start the new year for sure.
So the thing I love about talking with y'all is that we're not going to just talk, we're going to walk that walk, right? There are things you can actually be doing now to make that happen.
Very specific things, and one of the things when we first walk into January we want to do is review what happened last year, right? Because you're going to have a lot of ups and a lot of downs, things that worked really well and things that didn't. So we always encourage our clients to review your spending plan from last year. Where did you overspend a little bit, and you know what did you pad a little bit more and did not spend enough on? Maybe it's the savings or the 401k or the Roth or something that you should have probably put a little bit more into. And how can we manage this year? Okay, do we know that there's going to be a salary increase, or are things going to remain the same? And how can we prepare for spending patterns that look a little more healthy than last year's did, so that we direct folks in the right place?
You mentioned Roth. So let's focus on that for just a minute, because when you are paying yourself first, which I'm sure you would say you should definitely do, then with the Roth, you're paying those taxes on it before it's invested. So when you come to withdraw it years down the road, it's tax-free money now.
Right. We call it paying yourself first. So paying your future self first.
That's
right. So we're looking at down the road. You're paying the taxes now when it comes to a Roth, yes, but man, your benefit later is drastic, because not just the distributions are tax-free, but even the growth that happens over time becomes tax-free as well.
Are you limited, I can't remember, in how much you can put in a Roth?
You are, but for 2026 it's going up a bit. So you can put up to $8,500 into it this year.
If you're 86 if you're over the age of 50.
If you're under, it's $7,500.
Okay, so, under 50, $7,500, over 50, 86.
You get another $1,100
as a catch-up contribution.
So to the people watching, and they're trying to give their maybe 20-something-year-old kids some advice.
Start a Roth.
And you don't have to have an employer that offers you a 401k plan.
Anyone can begin a Roth. Anyone can open that type of account, an individual retirement account that's tax, grows tax-free. One other thing I want to make sure we mention is at this time of the year, it is a really good time to review your beneficiaries.
That's right.
Make sure that everything is actually up to date and accurate. What changed this year? Was there a marriage? Was there a passing of a loved one, or maybe a beneficiary that you had named?
Right.
And then secondly, reviewing your allocation strategies. Like, how are you actually invested in your investments? How much risk are you taking? And is that the proper allocation moving into 2026?
Because surprise, you're another year older, right? And so the longer that time goes on, the shorter our time horizon is to when we need to use those funds. So you probably shouldn't be taking the same risk this year as you took last year. And depending on the macroeconomics and what the economy's doing, you should always take a look at your allocation strategy. Like
that's key, and it's don't delay that. Like that's because a lot of times we have folks come in who say, yeah, we're conservative, or we're balanced, and then we take a look at their statements and they don't reflect what they're saying. Their statements show, no, you're taking 80 or 90% of the entire market risk, and they're what? Well, I didn't know that. So know exactly how you're invested and the amount of risk you're taking, so that as we enter the new year, you can make proper adjustments to prepare for what's ahead.
And that's one of the areas we really can come in and help, whether you're 25 or 65, because we want to make sure that if you're starting those Roths, like you said, if you're 20-something years old and starting, that you're making sure that you're taking the appropriate risk for that stage of life. But if you're 65 and 70 and already in retirement or close to retirement, we probably should look at it a lot differently.
Looks a lot different.
Hit the middle road with me just real quickly. Let's say you're in your 40s and you got a 401k with your employer. Can that shift over to you to manage it, or does it have to be done through your employer?
It depends.
Okay.
So only if you have left the job, it's an old 401k, can you then roll it over into an IRA where we could manage that? If you're over the age of 59.5, that's the magic number, 59.5, you can roll that over. But I mean, the service we provide for our clients, even if we can't manage a 401k, if we are your advisor, we're going to advise you on how that should be.
You can look at it.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right. We're going to help with it.
We have to take that into account when we're looking at your
full
comprehensive picture. We'd be missing a huge chunk if we weren't considering that and allocating that properly.
Well, you can't play football with one person on the team, right? So you got to have that team to help you reach that financial goal, and that's what they want. They want that touchdown for you.
Right.
AllonPlanning.com.
If you have concrete